The single most important factor to consider when you're selling your home is pricing it correctly. It's picking the absolute right price tag, how much your house is worth, and pricing it to sell. Pricing your home too high, or on the other hand too low, without having the right strategy behind it can cost you. And if you'd like to know what the best strategy is for you, head over to planwithmike.ca and let's have a chat. Pricing is all about supply and demand. It's part art and part science, and there isn't two agents that price property the same way. Some are much better at figuring out how to price your home than others. So today I want to go over with you the basics of a comparative market analysis, also known as a CMA, and in the next video I'll go over some comparable sales and what they are. So let's get started. Before putting your home on the market or listing it with an agent, you should get a comparative market analysis. It's also referred to in industry as a CMA, which is a process that helps you figure out the price for your home. Now, what is a CMA? Now, although reports can vary from a 2-page list of comparable home sales to an entire 50-page comprehensive guide, which might feel like a book, the length and complexity of the report really depends on the agent's business practice. However, standard CMA reports contain the following data. The first one that you'll need to look at is active listings. And those are homes that are currently for sale. Now, these listings matter only to the extent that they are your competition for buyers, meaning when somebody goes out to look at your property, they're most likely going to look at those listings as well. They're not indicative of market value, because sellers can really ask whatever they want for their home. It doesn't mean any of the prices are realistic, and the offered sales prices will not reflect market value until they sell. And in a buyer's market, for example, most sell for a lot less. And the next one you want to look at are pending listings. And those are homes that are formally active listings that are currently under contract or they've been conditionally sold. They have not yet closed, so they're not yet a comparable sale unless, obviously, of course, the listing agent is willing to share information or disclose what the pending sale price is. And many are not. You'll not be able to actually use those as a sold price until the transaction closes. However, pending sales do indicate the direction the market is moving. You know, if your home is priced above the list price of these pending sales, you're probably going to face longer days on the market. The third one is sold listings. And those are homes that have closed within preferably the past 3 to 6 months, and they're your most reliable comparable sales. These are the sales that an appraiser will use when appraising your home for the buyer. Along with the pending sales, which will likely have closed by the time your home is sold, look long and hard at these comparable sales because those are your market value. And then there's also things to consider that are off market, withdrawn, or canceled. And these are properties that have been taken off the market for a number of reasons. I mean, usually the reason homes get removed from the market is because the prices were too high. And usually the median prices of these homes are much higher than what the market value dictates. However, listings cancel also for a number of other reasons. And those includes things like seller's remorse, for example. The sellers decided they can't part with their home and no longer want to sell, or it was priced too high. Nobody made an offer, and the only offers received were lowball offers, which obviously they rejected. Days on the market. Sometimes agents withdraw listings so they can put them back on as a new listing, and obviously fool buyers when they're looking at days on market. Repair requests. The homes were maybe once under contract, and after home inspections there were some things that needed to be paid attention to, so they took it off the market to fix those things and maybe put it back on the market. And possibly a seller fired the agent. It's not uncommon for unhappy sellers to fire their agents unhappy with their service so far. The last one is expired listings, and this group will reflect the highest median sales price because they did not sell and were probably unreasonably priced. Some of the expired listings could also show up as an active listing, listed by a new agent at a new price. Listings also expire because they were not aggressively marketed or because the home was in need of some repairs. Now, I've gone ahead and put together a checklist for you that you can follow to price your home. Just go ahead and send me a message, leave a message in the comment, or send me a direct message, and I'll make sure to send a copy your way. Here's the bottom line. Properly done CMA is key in arriving at the proper price for your home. It just takes a bit of research and some knowledge. And if you're looking for someone that can help you with that, I have some great news for you today. Now, I've set aside some time to personally take a look at what you've got and what you want to achieve going forward, and I will help you come up with a strategic plan of action absolutely at no charge. This is genuinely a free offer, and there are no strings attached. In fact, it's even better than when you realize. Not only would I design a marketing plan for you, I'm going to also create a detailed blueprint of exactly how it works and give that to you as well. If that sounds interesting to you, here's what you need to do next. Just head on over to planwithmike.ca, that's planwithmike.ca, click on the Get Started button, select the time that works for you, and you're all set. Look forward to hear from you. Chat with you soon.